I'm Ian O'Connor from EdjSports here with Scott Brown, our VP of Data Science and our resident betting expert. In today's Betting 101, we'll be talking about the basics, and we're going to start with probably the most straightforward bet that you can make, a moneyline bet. Scott, what is a moneyline bet? Can you walk us through that?
Simply put, the money line is a bet on one side to beat the other side in a game or match. If a bettor correctly picks the winning side, then they win the bet. This is true regardless of the margin of victory or other circumstances, like whether the event ended in overtime. Matchups are rarely between two completely evenly matched opponents. In most cases, there is a clear favorite and a clear underdog. This begs the question, why not just bet on the favorite? The answer is that not all bets pay out an equal amount. Sportsbooks use odds to vary the payouts offered on bets in accordance with the likelihood of winning the bet. For the money line, the odds are set so that a bet on the favorite will pay out a smaller amount than a bet on the underdog.
So imagine the Chiefs and the Browns are playing, and I bet on the Browns to win and they're an underdog. All they have to do is win, and I'll win more money than if I'd bet on the Chiefs to win and they had won.
That's exactly right. And the reason for this is because they have a lower chance of winning, right? So if you could get away with betting the Chiefs and getting paid more money, that would be the sweetest betting spot that you could possibly come across. So sportsbooks aren't dumb, and they're going to set their lines accordingly. In this case, we see that the underdog will pay out more than the favorite.
Right. And so now on to another very popular, very common sports bet, a point spread bet. Now this is a little bit more difficult than a money line bet. So why don't you tell us the difference there and explain to us what a point spread bet is?
The point spread is a number that handicaps a contest such that a wager backing either side, after accounting for the point handicap, has roughly equal likelihood of cashing. As a result, successful point spread bets pay out at even money or 1-to-1 odds. When viewing the point spread for a game, the number will appear along with the side to be backed. A negative point spread is associated with the favorite, while a positive point spread is associated with the underdog. Should a bettor choose to back the favorite, the point spread is the minimum margin of victory that the favorite must achieve in order for the bettor to cash the bet. When backing the underdog, a bettor wins the bet if the underdog wins outright or loses by a margin that is less than the point spread. For example, in a hypothetical NFL matchup between the Chicago Bears and Green Bay Packers, suppose the point spread is Green Bay -7. When placing a point spread bet on Chicago, a bettor earns an even money payout in the event that Chicago wins the game or loses by 6 or less points. A bet on Green Bay would cash if they win by 8 or more points. In this case, Green Bay is said to have covered the spread.
So it sounds like there's just a little bit more skill and knowledge involved in point spread betting versus the simplicity of just picking a winner in moneyline betting.
Yes, there can be. You definitely have to have your own informed opinion about how big or small the spread should be. Obviously, this is the name of the game in point spread betting.
So that takes us into the third of the big three common sports bets, if you will, into totals and over-under, which seem pretty straightforward and intuitive. But can you tell us what that means?
The total is lingo for the total number of points, runs, or goals that are scored in a game. Prior to the start of a game, sportsbooks set a total and allow bettors to either place one of two bets, which are known as the over and the under. The over reflects the view that the game will end with a higher number of points scored than the total published by the sportsbook, while the under reflects the opposing view. Similar to point spread wagers, totals bets pay out at even money as sportsbooks look to generally balance the likelihood of the over and the under. If the contest ends and the actual total number of points scored in the game is equal to the sportsbook's pregame total, then all over-under bets are declared a push and the wagers are refunded.
So this seems almost as simple as a moneyline bet, where really all I have to do is predict whether they're going to score more or less points than one given number. Thank you. This has been Betting 101, the basics. Look forward to more Betting 101 videos with Scott Brown.